There are moments in life when a message comes at the exact time your spirit needs to hear it. There are moments when heaven seems silent, when the world feels uncertain, and when questions rise inside your heart. What is happening? Why is everything shifting? Why do I feel like something is about to change? But sometimes the greatest movements begin in the quietest moments. Sometimes before a storm breaks, there is a warning. Before a door opens, there is preparation. Before a great revelation comes, there is a season of waiting. Tonight, this message is not about fear. It is about awakening. It is about understanding that God does not allow chaos without purpose. The things that shake the world are often the things that reveal what was hidden, what people tried to cover, what was buried in darkness, what was built on deception, cannot remain hidden forever. The light has a way of finding every corner, and truth has a way of standing when everything else falls. The world may look at an event and only see headlines, accusations, and consequences. But a person of faith looks deeper. They understand that behind every moment of exposure, there is a lesson. Behind every collapse, there is a message. Behind every shaking, there is an opportunity to rebuild on something stronger. Chosen one. Do not allow the noise of the world to steal your peace. There are people who live their entire lives chasing approval, chasing power, chasing the illusion that they can control everything. But history has shown again and again that no position, no wealth, no influence can protect someone from the truth eventually being revealed. There are times when God allows situations to unfold because justice is not forgotten. The tears that were unseen, the prayers that were whispered in secret, the pain that people carried silently, none of it disappears. There is a moment when hidden things come into the open, not because God wants destruction, but because he desires correction, restoration, and transformation. Maybe you have been watching everything around you change. Maybe relationships have shifted. Maybe doors have closed unexpectedly. Maybe people you trusted have shown another side of themselves. You may have wondered why certain things had to happen. But sometimes separation is protection. Sometimes disappointment is direction. Sometimes what leaves your life creates space for what was meant to enter. The coming changes in the world are reminders that we cannot build our foundation on temporary things. We cannot place our hope in human systems alone. People rise and fall. Leaders come and go. Names become famous and then forgotten. But the character of a person, the condition of their heart, and the truth they carry will always matter. Chosen one, this is your reminder. Do not become consumed by the downfall of others. Do not celebrate someone's struggle as if your own journey is finished. The same God who brings hidden things into the light also calls his people to walk with humility, mercy, and wisdom. There is a difference between being informed and being controlled by fear. Fear makes you run. Faith teaches you to stand. Fear tells you that everything is falling apart. Faith reminds you that sometimes things must be shaken so that what is genuine can remain. A major moment of change can reveal many things. It can reveal character. It can reveal motives. It can reveal who was building on truth and who was building on illusions. But remember this. Your assignment is not to chase every breaking story. Your assignment is to protect your heart, strengthen your faith, and remain prepared for the purpose placed before you. The world is filled with voices telling you what to believe, who to follow, and where to place your trust. But wisdom teaches you to slow down and seek understanding. A person who is spiritually awake does not move only because everyone else is moving. They listen, they learn, they seek truth. Chosen one, maybe this message reached you because you have been feeling a shift inside. Maybe you sense that an old chapter is closing. Maybe you know you cannot continue living the same way you did before. Change is not always a sign of loss. Sometimes change is the beginning of becoming who you were created to be. The greatest battles are not always fought in public. Some of the greatest battles happen inside the heart. The battle to forgive. The battle to remain patient. The battle to keep believing when circumstances look impossible. The battle to stay kind in a world that rewards pride. Remember, a person with a prepared heart does not fear unexpected moments. They understand that every season carries a lesson. Every challenge carries an invitation to grow. Every shaking can become a foundation for something greater. So before this day ends, examine your heart. Ask yourself, am I walking in truth? Am I holding on to things that are keeping me from growing? Am I prepared for the doors I keep praying to enter? Because sometimes the biggest change is not what happens around you. Sometimes the biggest change is what happens within you. The world may be watching events unfold, but you are called to watch your own spirit. The world may be focused on who falls, but you must focus on how you rise. The world may chase temporary victories, but you are being shaped for something deeper. Stay awake, stay faithful, stay grounded. What is meant to be revealed will be revealed. What is meant to be restored will be restored. And what is meant for your purpose cannot be destroyed by the storms around you. There are moments in life when something shifts before we can fully understand what is happening. A feeling rises within the heart, a sense that something is changing, something is being revealed, something is moving beneath the surface. Many people ignore these moments because they are distracted by the noise around them. They are focused on temporary things, chasing recognition, comfort, and approval, while missing the deeper signs that call them to become more aware. A warning is not always meant to create fear. Sometimes a warning is an act of mercy. Sometimes it is an invitation to prepare, to reflect, and to awaken. A person who receives wisdom understands that every season carries a message. The storms that appear suddenly, the doors that close unexpectedly, and the changes that disrupt our plans can become moments that reveal what truly matters. There are times when people believe everything is stable because everything looks normal on the outside. But appearances can be deceiving. A building can look strong while its foundation is weak. A person can appear successful while carrying emptiness inside. A system can appear powerful while being built on pride and dishonesty. Eventually, what is hidden beneath the surface begins to show itself. The awakening begins when we stop looking only at what is visible and start paying attention to what is happening within. The greatest discoveries are not always found in the world around us. Sometimes the greatest revelation comes when we examine our own hearts. We begin to recognize the habits that need to change, the fears that need to be surrendered, and the distractions that have taken our focus away from what truly matters. Chosen one, understand this. Preparation is not about predicting every event that will happen. It is about developing the strength, wisdom, and character to stand when unexpected moments arrive. A person with a prepared heart does not collapse every time circumstances change. They may feel the pressure, they may experience uncertainty, but they have something deeper holding them together. Many people wait until a crisis comes before they search for strength. They wait until everything falls apart before they seek direction. But wisdom teaches us to build before the storm arrives. A strong foundation is created during peaceful seasons, so that when difficulties come, the foundation can carry the weight. The warning before the awakening is a reminder that life is constantly moving. Nothing on this earth remains exactly the same forever. Positions change, circumstances change, relationships change, opportunities change. But the person who grows in wisdom learns not to place all their hope in things that can disappear. There is a deeper purpose behind every season of transition. Sometimes what feels like an ending is actually preparation for a beginning. Sometimes what feels like rejection is protection from something that was never meant to define your future. Sometimes the silence you experience is not abandonment, but a moment where you are being strengthened. The world often celebrates quick success, instant recognition, and visible achievements. But true transformation happens quietly. It happens in the unseen moments when a person chooses patience instead of anger, forgiveness instead of resentment, and faith instead of fear. The awakening is not only about seeing what is happening around you. It is about becoming someone who can respond with wisdom. Anyone can react when emotions are high, but it takes maturity to remain steady. Anyone can follow the crowd, but it takes courage to stand for truth when others choose comfort. There will always be voices trying to pull you into fear. There will always be people who want you to believe that everything is hopeless. But a heart grounded in faith understands that every challenge has the potential to produce growth. Every difficult season can teach endurance. Every unexpected change can reveal strength that was already inside you. The warning is a call to pay attention. Pay attention to your choices. Pay attention to your priorities. Pay attention to the condition of your heart, because the greatest danger is not always what happens around you. Sometimes it is losing awareness of who you are becoming. Do not wait until the storm arrives to search for peace. Do not wait until the doors close to appreciate the opportunities in front of you. Do not wait until everything changes to realize that growth was always necessary. The awakened person walks differently. They do not live controlled by panic. They do not allow every rumor, every event, or every uncertainty to steal their focus. They understand that preparation creates confidence and that wisdom creates stability when the world feels unstable. There is a powerful truth that every person eventually discovers. What is hidden cannot remain hidden forever. Time may cover things for a while. People may create appearances, protect images, and build walls around the truth. But eventually every foundation is tested. Every action, every decision, and every intention carries a weight that reveals itself in time. The moment when hidden things come into the light is not only about exposure. It is also about understanding. It is about recognizing that truth has a way of rising above confusion. A person may try to control what others see, but they cannot control what their choices produce. The seeds planted in secret eventually grow into something visible. Chosen one, do not become discouraged when you see things that seem unfair. Do not lose your peace when it appears that people who do wrong are moving forward, while those who try to walk with integrity are facing struggles. There are seasons when it feels like injustice has the final word, but every story has chapters that have not yet been revealed. The world often focuses on appearances. It looks at success, influence, and popularity. It measures people by what can be seen from the outside. But there is a deeper reality that cannot be hidden forever. Character is revealed under pressure. Motives are revealed through choices. The true condition of the heart is revealed through how someone treats others when there is nothing to gain. Sometimes the revealing of hidden things is painful because truth challenges the comfort people have built around themselves. It forces people to confront what they ignored. It exposes the areas where pride, greed, and selfishness were allowed to grow. But even painful truth can become the beginning of healing when a person chooses humility. A person who refuses to learn from truth becomes trapped by the same patterns. But a person who accepts correction can experience transformation. The light does not come to destroy everything. Sometimes it comes to repair what has been damaged. It shows where change is needed. It reveals what must be removed so something stronger can be built. Chosen one, understand that you are not called to spend your life searching for the failures of others. You are called to examine your own journey. It is easy to point at someone else's mistakes, while ignoring the areas where your own heart needs growth. True wisdom begins when we allow truth to work within us before we demand it from everyone else. There is a difference between judgment and discernment. Judgment seeks to elevate itself by looking down on others. Discernment seeks understanding and guidance. One creates pride, while the other creates wisdom. When hidden things are revealed, the goal should not be revenge or celebration of someone's downfall. The goal should be learning, reflection, and becoming more aligned with what is right. Every person reaches moments where their choices speak louder than their words. Promises can sound beautiful, but actions reveal reality. A person can say the right things while living a completely different way. Eventually, the truth behind those actions becomes impossible to ignore. This is why protecting your heart matters. When you see dishonesty around you, do not allow it to make you bitter. When you witness betrayal, do not allow it to remove your ability to trust wisely. When you see people choosing wrong paths, do not allow their decisions to change the person you are becoming. The revealing of hidden things is also a reminder that your own hidden efforts matter. The sacrifices no one sees, the prayers no one hears, the kindness given without recognition, and the battles fought silently are not meaningless. Not everything valuable is immediately visible. Some of the greatest transformations happen quietly before they are ever noticed publicly. There are seasons where you may feel overlooked. You may wonder if doing the right thing is worth it. You may question whether patience and integrity truly matter in a world that seems to reward shortcuts. But truth does not lose its value simply because it takes time to be recognized. A strong person is not built only through victories. A strong person is built through moments where they choose honesty when lying would be easier, patience when anger would be natural, and compassion when resentment feels justified. When hidden things come into the light, everyone is given a choice. Some people run from truth. Some people fight against it. But those who embrace wisdom allow truth to shape them into something greater. The light reveals what needs to change, but it also reveals what is valuable. It uncovers the strength that was formed during difficult seasons, the character that developed through challenges, and the purpose that remained even when circumstances tried to bury it. There are moments when the world around us begins to feel uncertain. Plans change, situations shift, and things that once felt stable suddenly become unpredictable. In those moments, many people search for something to hold on to. They look for answers in circumstances, in people, and in things that can change at any moment. But true strength is discovered when we learn to build our foundation on something deeper than what we can see. A shaking season reveals what has been built with strength and what has been built on weakness. When everything is comfortable, it is easy to believe that we are strong. It is easy to feel confident when everything goes according to plan. But real strength is revealed when challenges arrive, when pressure increases, and when life asks us to stand even when the situation is difficult. Chosen one, do not mistake a shaking season for a season of defeat. Sometimes the things being shaken are the things that were preventing your growth. Sometimes the changes you did not choose are the changes that lead you toward a stronger version of yourself. A closed door can redirect your path. A disappointment can reveal what you truly value. A difficult moment can uncover a strength you never knew existed. Many people spend their lives trying to avoid every storm. They believe peace means never facing difficulty. But a life without challenges does not create endurance. A person becomes stronger when they learn how to remain steady during uncertain times. The storm does not always come to destroy. Sometimes it comes to reveal the depth of the foundation underneath. Think about a tree that has survived many seasons. Its strength is not created only by calm weather. The roots grow deeper because they have faced resistance. The winds that tested it also helped develop its ability to stand. In the same way, every challenge you face has the potential to strengthen your character when you respond with wisdom. The world often teaches people to measure success by comfort. It tells them that a good life is one without struggle, without pain, and without obstacles. But true growth is not found in avoiding every difficult moment. Growth happens when a person learns patience, courage, humility, and faith while walking through challenges. Chosen one, your foundation matters because everything else depends on it. If your confidence is built only on recognition, what happens when people stop applauding? If your peace is built only on perfect circumstances, what happens when circumstances change? If your identity is built only on temporary achievements, what happens when those achievements disappear? A strong foundation allows you to remain steady. When things around you move, it gives you the ability to face uncertainty without losing yourself. It reminds you that your worth is not determined by a single moment, a single failure, or someone else's opinion. There are times when life removes things we thought we needed. We may not understand why certain opportunities disappear or why certain relationships change. But sometimes what leaves creates room for something more meaningful. Holding onto everything can prevent us from receiving what is truly meant for us. The shaking can feel uncomfortable because it challenges our attachment to things that gave us temporary security. It asks us questions we may have avoided. What truly matters? What kind of person am I becoming? What values will I hold on to when circumstances are not easy? A person with a strong foundation does not become perfect. They still experience fear, disappointment, and uncertainty. The difference is that they do not allow those feelings to control their direction. They acknowledge the difficulty, but they continue moving forward with wisdom and purpose. Do not allow the instability around you to create instability within you. The world may change quickly, people may change their opinions, situations may develop in unexpected ways, but your response, your character, and your choices remain within your responsibility. The shaking season is also a season of discovery. It reveals what needs to be strengthened. It reveals areas where healing is needed. It reveals the habits and thoughts that may have been holding you back. What feels like pressure may actually be an opportunity to rebuild something greater. Many people want the blessing without the building. They want the victory without the preparation. But anything valuable requires a foundation strong enough to carry it. A person who has learned endurance can handle opportunities that someone unprepared may lose. So when things begin to shift, remember that change is not always a sign that something is ending. Sometimes it is a sign that something deeper is beginning. Sometimes the shaking is preparing you for stability you have not experienced before. Stand firm. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep building the foundation that can carry the purpose ahead, because what is built with strength can remain standing even when everything around it begins to move. The greatest battles a person faces are not always the ones seen by the world. Some battles happen quietly inside the heart. They happen in moments when no one is watching, when there are no crowds, no recognition, and no applause. These are the moments where character is formed. These are the moments where a person decides who they will become. Chosen one, guarding your heart is one of the most important responsibilities you carry. The world will constantly try to shape your thoughts, your emotions, and your reactions. Every day brings voices that encourage anger, pride, fear, and bitterness. But wisdom teaches that what enters the heart eventually influences the way we walk, speak, and live. A guarded heart does not mean a closed heart. It does not mean becoming cold or refusing to care. It means learning to protect what is valuable within you. It means choosing carefully what thoughts you allow to grow, what influences you accept, and what emotions you give power over your life. Many people lose their peace because they carry things they were never meant to carry. They hold on to past wounds, old disappointments, and the pain caused by others. Over time, these burdens begin to shape how they see the world. They become suspicious of kindness, afraid of change, and unable to recognize new opportunities because they are still trapped by old experiences. Guarding your heart requires forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean ignoring what happened or pretending pain never existed. It means refusing to allow someone else's actions to control your future. It means choosing freedom over resentment and peace over constant anger. A heart filled with bitterness becomes heavy. It takes energy to remain angry. It takes strength to continue carrying the weight of things that cannot be changed. But when a person learns to release what they cannot control, they create space for healing, growth, and wisdom. The chosen person understands that not every battle deserves a response. Not every criticism deserves attention. Not every opinion deserves a place in your mind. Maturity is knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. Wisdom is knowing which battles are worth fighting and which ones are distractions from your purpose. The world often rewards loud reactions. It encourages people to respond quickly, defend themselves constantly, and prove their value through arguments. But strength is not always found in proving something to others. Sometimes strength is found in remaining calm when others expect you to lose control. Your heart is shaped by what you repeatedly allow inside it. If you constantly feed fear, fear grows. If you constantly feed anger, anger grows. But if you feed wisdom, patience, gratitude, and faith, those qualities begin to strengthen you from within. Chosen one, be careful with the thoughts you repeat to yourself. Sometimes the harshest voices are not outside of you but inside your own mind. The thoughts that tell you that you are not capable, that your past defines you, or that your future cannot change are thoughts that must be challenged. You must learn to separate truth from fear. Not every feeling is a fact. Not every moment of difficulty means you have failed. Not every closed door means your journey is over. Sometimes the heart needs guidance because emotions can become powerful but misleading. A guarded heart also requires humility. Pride can prevent growth because pride refuses correction. It convinces a person that they already know everything and have nothing left to learn. But a wise person remains teachable. They understand that every season can reveal something new. Do not allow success to make you arrogant. Do not allow failure to make you hopeless. Both success and struggle are temporary teachers. The goal is not to be controlled by either one, but to become a person who remains grounded through every season. There will be people who misunderstand you. There will be moments when your intentions are questioned. There will be times when doing the right thing feels unnoticed. But your purpose cannot depend on constant approval from others. The strongest people are often those who learn to remain faithful when nobody was watching. They learned to choose kindness when bitterness was easier. They learned to stay honest when shortcuts were available. They learned to protect their hearts without allowing the world to make them hard. Guard your heart because your future is connected to what you allow to grow inside you. The thoughts you nurture today influence the decisions you make tomorrow. The emotions you entertain today influence the person you become over time. A peaceful heart does not come from having a perfect life. It comes from having a strong inner foundation. It comes from knowing what matters, knowing what to release, and knowing that your character is more valuable than temporary approval.